So hi there, this is Paul and I'm in beautiful Alaska where God did something amazing for James. So James, what did God do?
Well, I came to Homer a year and a half ago and I was pretty jacked up when I got here. And this has got to be the most spiritual place I've ever been in my life. So I've been a part of both these two church bodies here since Regent and Refuge. And in that time, in the last year and a half, I've had 5, I think, faith healings right here in Regent. So, and today was 2 of them. First was my heart. I had a sinus surgery last year and had to have a pre-op clearance for my heart. I was born with congenital heart defect. My heart's twice the size it's supposed to be. It was supposed to kill me, and it hadn't yet. I felt pretty blessed about that. But I went and had an echocardiogram to make sure I could make it through the surgery before they did the surgery, and it was the day before the prayer group prayed for faith healing, and I felt extreme burning in my chest when it happened. And you know, and the whole time it's going on, I'm thinking faith healings are BS. they just don't happen, right? So just malarkey, you know what I mean? I'm like the whole time, but I was feeling this burning in my chest and still feeling the doubt, you know? And I went and had the echocardiogram the next day, and the specialist in Anchorage, I did that here, the specialist in Anchorage, he got the results, called me up to Soldotna, and drove down to Soldotna to an office there so he could show me the results, and he was blown away. He's like, your heart is in perfect condition, you have the heart of a 20-year-old. It was twice the size it's supposed to be, you know, before, and now it's not.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that is crazy.
So what happened today for you?
There's been a couple of things since, but today it was my knee. I ripped my knee out about 2 years ago. I fell off a house. I'm a contractor. Ripped my knee out of the joint sideways, and every time I've bent over since, it dislocates. My knee will dislocate every time I completely bend
Every
it.
time, not just sometimes. So
Every
demonstrate. So that would cause your knee to dislocate
Yeah,
before.
it'd pop right out the side. You could see it pop out, and then when I stand fully up, it'd pop back in. And they heard it. The first time we prayed for it today, or you know, they prayed for it. They prayed for pain relief. Well, I've gotten used to the pain. The pain don't hurt, so that didn't do any good. And I told them that, and you know, when I did the demonstration, it popped out. You know, and I'm like, but you know, hey, you prayed for pain relief, and that's not the problem. So they prayed again, and I felt the same sensation I did when my heart was healed. And then, what, 5 times after that, I demonstrated, and it just never came back. It's been fine since.
That's awesome. And it would always pop out, right?
Every time.
So
yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And then what else happened for you today?
A loud, audible pop as well as, you know, being able to see it.
That's
Everybody
amazing.
could hear it.
That's awesome. So what also happened?
The other thing was when we were practicing the one where they feel it, you know?
The words of knowledge.
Right. The woman that was praying with in our little group felt my shoulder. And, you know, that was an injury from 20 years ago I'd completely forgotten about. I broke the humerus. I've done martial arts half of my life, most of it, and I, in a fight, broke my shoulder. I went to an orthopedic surgeon, and you know, it's a sports injury, so they're like, oh yeah, go see this guy, and it was an astronomical amount of money, and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing it, you know, and get 70%, maybe, ever, full mobility of the shoulder back afterwards, and I rehabilitated myself through breaking my, you know, shattering my femur, and I'm able to walk from a totally different incident. I figured, you know, I'd do better on my own, so I just never got the surgery, and as a result, I had bone spurs sticking out into my muscle, and I'd forgotten about it. It's been 20 years, you know, and I got used to pain. And they prayed for it. She saw the injury, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. She saw it in her, you know, or felt it, my shoulder. And I explained it to her, and she's like, well, that's weird, because she's just not buying the whole thing really either until I told her she had abdominal problems, and she's like, yeah, she's got this major issue going on. Anyway, so they prayed for that, and it hurt worse. Like, I haven't felt the pain in forever, and all of a sudden it hurt really bad, and then for about 2 minutes, and then it went away. You know,
That's awesome.
And you could feel the bone spurs before, and you can't feel them anymore. They're gone.
That is awesome. So no more bone spurs, and your shoulder's doing great.
I know.
Come on, Jesus. And you had that for how many years?
20 years. It was 22. I was 22 then, so I guess 19 years. Yeah.
That is awesome. Cool. Well, thanks so much for sharing about the goodness of Jesus, man.
Thank you.
God bless you. You have a good one.